After watching the Cavs and Warriors round two, Warriors beat them 118-108. It's evident that there needs to be a major change within the Cleveland organization. The Cavs have to make a deal by the trade deadline. They have to get rid of somebody. People look at it, well, are you pushing the panic button? You're not pushing the panic button, et cetera, et cetera. But at the rate that they're going, they simply just can't keep up. First half of the game, they had a 7-point lead. Then second half of the game, fourth quarter, they were cold. They missed like 13 or 14 or 15 shots, and they got blown out the water. The score doesn't really indicate what happened because when you're watching the game late in the fourth, they're down 14, 17. Like it was just ridiculous. Like LeBron had a good game at 32 points. Kevin Love somewhat showed up, and Isaiah Thomas struggled mightily. Like you're looking at Thomas's game, he shot 8 for 21 at 19 points, and the length bothered him, and he just didn't look like he had the speed to get around the screens, to make plays that he normally makes. And I hope this is basically, him still getting in the mode of coming out of injury. He's basically trying to find his game. But if that was the case, I would rather sit him if I was Tyronn Lue than play him, because this kind of game could mess with your psyche, especially when you're not 100% with your hip. But even with that whole thing with Isaiah Thomas, this team, the way that they're constructed, I don't think they can compete for a championship. Maybe they could get out of the East, make Eastern Conference Finals, but they can't compete for a championship. J.R. Smith basically was a no-show. Crowder 7 points, couldn't hit like a lot of shots. I think he had like 1-3, and that's what LeBron James predicates on. He needs a team that can rebound, play defense, and hit perimeter shots, so it can take some pressure off of him. Because as you saw last night, the Warriors employed what the San Antonio Spurs did was basically go underneath screens and dare LeBron to shoot threes. Now, we all know LeBron improved his three-point shooting, but in pressure situations, when things are on the line, sometimes you revert back to your old ways, old habits. You see this with big men who could never hit their free throws. They've been training, they could go in practice, they could hit 99 out of 100 or 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. They get in that game, and the pressure and everything's on the line, and they just go back to their old form. And basically, that's kind of what happened to LeBron. He went back to his old form in terms of, three-point shooting. He had a great shooting night overall, 12 for 18, but he was missing some threes and stuff like that, and he basically abandoned that, and he started going more towards the basket. And for the Warriors, that's easier to defend because they load up on him, and if nobody's hitting perimeter shots, he has no support, and that's it. That's that, and that's a wrap. And on the Warriors side, you're looking at what Kevin Durant was able to do. 32 points. Both LeBron and KD had 32. Curry had 23. Clay had 17. I mean, just that trio alone, they had enough to win the game. But then you factor in Draymond Green almost had a triple-double. 11 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. You're getting that kind of production from the Golden State Warriors overall. It's hard to beat. And this is why they need to make a move. Now, they can make a drastic move, or they can make a small move to improve their bench, or, get rid of Tristan Thompson and the pick and go get DeAndre Jordan and Lou Williams, or, try to get Boogie Cousins or whatever that, people have been saying. But you need to do something, because the way the Warriors play is like a bend, don't break kind of style. Like, and I'm gonna talk about something else I saw as well. They play a bend, don't break kind of style where, they play defense, but we could ratchet it up. We could play it the way you want to play, or we could ratchet it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna bend 100% to your will, but we're not gonna fold 100%. So last night when I saw them playing, the Warriors just run up and down the court, up and down the court. It was like sort of like a marathon. They were just waiting for their time, waiting for the time to appear where they can basically take over the Heat. Cavs are playing pretty well. First 3 quarters, Cavs playing well. It looks like they're going to win the game. They have high intensity, making plays, attacking the basket, stuff like that. In that third quarter, when Stephen Curry got that dunk, that's when they knew they fucked up. That's when they knew they messed up. Like, it was like, okay, we let Stephen Curry in transition. Nobody picks him up. LeBron had him for a minute, but kind of slowed down. In transition, Stephen Curry from the KD gets a pass and dunks it. And then basically that's when I felt like that's the turning point. And then after that, Curry had like a deep 3 or whatever and stuff like that. So, but to let a point guard, 6'3", unassuming, get in the paint and dunk it, that's unacceptable. Nobody's around them, no foul or whatever the case is. And if you're Kevin Love, I understand you're responsible as Klay Thompson, but that whole first responsibility period is to protect the paint. You know what I'm saying? They teach that period, protect the paint. So that right there, that's when the Warriors took over the Heat psychologically. And you heard KD, like everybody was like really, really excited. And then that's when the Warriors like, okay, let's go. Because the first 3 quarters, first 2.5 quarters, it was like, okay, we're just playing, we're picking up spots, and then they just went. And that's the thing with the Warriors. It's not like they turn on the switch. They play the game the right way, and then after a while, the game presents itself with moments where they can take over and they can excel where you can't. And they excelled with the Cavaliers on multiple fronts. Transition defense, defensive rebounding. They did a solid job there. All perimeter defense. That's another thing. In the first half, Cavs shot like 57%. Second half, it was a wrap. And you can see it because the Cavs shot 45% for the game, 25% from 3. First half, they're hitting threes, pretty solid clip. Second half, it's a wrap. And the perimeter defense of the Warriors ratcheted it up. They bottled up Isaiah after a while. Isaiah looked frustrated for multiple plays. You saw him losing the ball and stuff. LeBron looked frustrated on the perimeter. And when you looked at the opposite end of the spectrum, Cavs' defense was not stellar. Transition defense, they didn't pick up people how they were supposed to. Rebounding wise, they gave offensive rebounds. It was just like a tale. It was like a tale of two tapes where it's just like, whoa, like this is different. And for the Cavaliers, they have to admit the fact. The first step to solving a problem is admitting that you have a problem. And the Cavs have a problem. They're just not as good. When Kyrie Irving left the team, they just thought they could plug in anybody else, and they would do the same thing as Kyrie. Like, bring in a scorer and he'll be just like Kyrie. No, Kyrie, special kind of guy. Like, he's a special kind of player, transcendent kind of player. People hated to admit this, but this is what I understand. First year that the Cavs lose in the championship when LeBron comes back, we didn't have Kyrie, we didn't have Love. Second year, you have Kyrie, you have Love. Y'all win. Second year they win, everything's attributed to LeBron. They act like Kyrie Irving didn't hit the biggest shot in Cavs history. And in addition to that, they act as if Kyrie Irving in Game 7, in the third quarter alone, he went on a 10-0 run by himself. So when you're like thinking we could just bring anybody else to take Kyrie's spot, it's completely false. And it's disrespectful to think that talent, you could just plug and play talent like that. So, you see what I'm saying? One thing about this that really annoys me is the fact that when you look at the Cavs' 2 losses to the Warriors, whenever the Cavs beat the Warriors, LeBron's great. We can play with them. We could do this. We could do that. But the Warriors have beaten them last 7 out of 8. So then the narrative no longer becomes LeBron's great, or LeBron has talent around them or whatever the case is, it becomes Warriors have 4 superstars. Warriors are just one of the best teams of all time. It's like, dude, LeBron James has been playing on some of the best teams of all time since 2011 when he joined the Miami Heat. When he came back to Cleveland for another big three. Like, you can't act like Warriors have all this talent and LeBron just doesn't have any talent. It's just like the talent pool that LeBron has now has been deteriorated because he ran Kyrie out of town. Because at least with Kyrie, you could see where they can compete. And even when they lost in 5 games, which is convincingly losing, there were a couple of games, well, there was game 3 that they could have won. And part of that was due to the play of Kyrie Irving, how he was taking to the basket and stuff like that. You're not going to get another transcendent star like Kyrie, but don't act like LeBron hasn't played with talent. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't been on some of the most stacked teams when you're talking about, oh, he has to play Golden State Warriors, they're stacked. It's only right that he has to play a stacked team because he's already on one. It's only right. So it just annoys me when one moment LeBron has this, that, and the third, they're a dangerous team, you know, we're good. And then when they start losing, it's like, oh, he doesn't have enough. They need to make another trade. They need another playmaker. They need some of this, you know. If you just look at the Cavs on the East, they're a juggernaut. They're a juggernaut. They're deep at every position. They have the best talent on the East. Period. So it's just like 1 minute they're good, and then when they face the Warriors, it's like the whole argument discombobulates. So that's just annoying. And it's basically, it discredits people that are fans of the Cavs because 1 minute your team can compete, you guys are the, you know, cream of the crowd. 2016, y'all could do it again. Then when you play the Warriors and you see what it really is, then it's like, oh, okay, you know, we need more. You know what I'm saying? We need more people. We need this. We need that. And it's killing me because the thing about the whole 2016 championship thing, everybody's like, oh, like, you know, they were able to do it. The team that was able to do it, you know, they had possible. Dude, can we just get rid of this elephant in the room? Draymond Green got suspended. Can you guys admit that turned the series? That turned the series, along with the officiating, how they just let everything go, how whatever, they let them play football instead of basketball. I don't think that will ever happen again in a series where they basically went back to 90s rules in this era ever again. I think they just did that because they wanted to extend the series because the Warriors are going to sweep them. They were going to sweep them. So it was just like to suspend Draymond Green in that moment turned the tide in the series. So let's not act like, you know, oh, well, they probably still would. If things are equal and people don't get suspended and momentum is still going the way it's going, most likely they would have lost either in a sweep or in 5 or in 6, but it wouldn't have gone 7 games. So the memorandum on that series was we need to extend the series as long as possible. It's good for TV. And let's not act like you don't know what the deal is with that. Like, because when people are like, oh, 2016, he was able to do it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just cut it out. We'll chalk that one up. I'll let you have that, but we just need to call a spade a spade. But in terms of this game and how it was played, Warriors weren't even like breaking a sweat initially. And then fourth quarter, they let the Cavs doodle on themselves, and then they took over. Because Cavs essentially shot themselves in the foot, unable to hit shots. Perimeter defense was horrible. Transition defense was horrible. And that was it. When you see Stephen Curry going in for dunks, he's getting layups. He's, he did something to LeBron in the first half, step back 3 in his eye. Like, it's like, they're not even playing and they're able to do this to you. Imagine when they start playing. See what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. But it's also scary if you're a Cavs fan because you're like, well, what else do we have to do? Does LeBron James need to average 50, 10, and 10? I think that's what they would need, him to average 50, 10, and 10 for them to beat them the way that they're constructed. Now, part of the thing that really scares me about trading and everything like that is the simple fact that we're like, okay, they need to make a trade. Go get DeAndre Jordan and stuff like that. You think the Clippers are going to just be like, okay, we'll take DeAndre Jordan for Tristan Thompson straight up. They're going to want the pick, And they're gonna. If I'm the Clippers, I want Jr. or I want And it's funny I say I want Jr. because the thing is the Clippers they don't have like a great depth of 3-point shooting, so they need some shooters as well besides Lou Williams and stuff. So if I'm the Clippers, I'm like I want Jr. or I want Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, and I want the pick. Or you know what I'm saying? Like who's an asset on this Cavs team? Because right now everybody looks like crap, but they're not really crappy players. It's just the situation that they're put in and the dynamic in the locker room. There's something going on in the locker room where LeBron's ego has taken over and people are just disgusted with it. But if you're the Clippers, you're not just gonna do a head straight up trade. Like you'd be dumb to do that. You'd be dumb to do that. You would need to make a significant trade where you get good pieces back that you could build for the future. And if it's Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith or something else that's lucrative to you. I don't know what the Clippers' needs are. They need a little bit of everything, but you can't just trade them like that. You're doing them a favor. And if you're the Pelicans and they want Davis or they want Boogie Cousins, you got to come in there like we want Love, we want Love, or we want Love and Thomas, or we want Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love. We want a significant pack. We want that pick as well. Like the time of doing Cavs favors is over, and teams have to negotiate shrewdly with them because they know that the Cavs are in a bind. Like Cavs are not thinking about the East, which they should, because if multiple teams can replicate what Golden State does in terms of play wise, in terms of running the Cavs out of the gym, the Cavs are in trouble. So if the Cavs are thinking so far ahead, teams can use that to their advantage and say, look, we know you want to beat the Warriors. We know this is on your mind. This is a package that we want to do. This is how we want to do it. This is how I want to play it. Let's go. And the Cavs have no other reason but to oblige. And that's just the bottom line. But this game is just kind of sickening because Warriors didn't even play that hard. And I know people don't even want to admit it, but they didn't play that hard. And they still whooped them. This is Vlad, Hoops Junction, Hoops Hoopla. Peace.